we'd like to start the meeting. Paula, would you call roll?
Certainly. Chris Carlson,
Here.
Paula Crook, here, and Mark Miller is out today.
Paula, motion to approve the minutes.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The budget. I will handle the budget. So, we are coming to the end of the year on the budget. Our starting balance at the beginning of the month was $94,572. We received receipts for $57,002.19. Disbursements of $18,004 this month. Balance ending or balance starting October $133,569.25. We have we're pretty much not spending anything other than just our main obligations as far as taxes, insurance, payroll, utilities. We're at the end of the year. Everything kind of just cruises when we get to this point. Paul, any questions on the budget?
No questions.
Motion to approve the budget.
Motion.
All in favor? Aye. Road overseers report. So, as we reported last month, we were taking in potential projects from all the residents for 2024 to be evaluated for next year. The deadline to put those in is this month. I will be pulling a report of all the projects that we have listed for potentials for 2024 and sending them all out to the proper contractors for budget to get potential fees from them. Once we get the fees back, then we will we'll start going through the potential projects, what we have to spend, and finding out which projects we can do for the best return on our investment. Some of the projects that we've been talking about here recently, Meadows, removing the cul-de-sacs is on there. We still have all the roads on the Meadows need to be milled, new curbs, and then an overlay or potentially a new road, depending on what the contractors will tell me is necessary. But those are just some of the projects that we have on the website. You can feel free to go to the website and look under projects 2024 projected. There's a whole list of what we're going to evaluate for next year. Anything that does not make it for the program year 24 will get moved into projected projects for 2025. Depending on budget, we'll push them down. We won't get rid of them. We'll just push them down for the next year. But that's all we have for the road overseer.
So if you want to apply for a project, you do it on.
Just go
website?
online,
Okay.
do the contact form online, and just put in whatever project you want to propose. That goes straight to me. I'll add it to the list, and as projects I send out for budgeting purposes.
Do we consider everything a project? Like, for example, Tony's been talking to Mark about some tree removal. Is that a project we should submit?
Yes, because the tree removal that you're talking about is significant.
Okay.
That's a project that's $20,000-$30,000 project. So yes, absolutely.
So get that. Okay. And the deadline is when? Do you have it submitted?
Get it to me in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Just submit it online the next couple weeks. Be specific on the location. So if, for instance, you've got a piece of curb and gutter that's something that has to be replaced or is broken up, give me the houses it's between, so I have a reference so I can find it.
Okay.
So I just, because I won't know, especially over in the Overbrook area, because the Overbrook area, a lot of those cul-de-sacs all say the same thing and I get lost on where I'm at. So give me house numbers.
You're in the 700 or 800 or 900.
Yep. Yep. And then, but I'll start sending those out this month to APAC and Andale for potential budgeting numbers. And then, more than likely, late November, early December, we'll figure out what our schedules are, what we're going to do for next year for the money we have in our budget. So, old business. Since Mark is gone, I don't know if there's anything new on the St. Cloud HOA meetings that he had. So I'm just gonna defer that for old business to be continued when Mark is back, because he's the only one that's been talking to him. I don't know anything about that one. Of course, last meeting, we did have our budget meeting and approvals for next year. Do you have any new business?
No, I don't.
All right, motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Open for public comment. Bill?
Just thank the guys for trimming the trees down there around our corners for the safety issues.
Yeah, and as far as that goes, so just so everybody's on the same page, because I went out and talked to Gloria for a little bit.
She talked to you, didn't she?
So just so people understand the order of things, people will go to and complain about random things in other people's yards, trees blocking the road. In this case, we had trees blocking visibility from oncoming traffic. And there is a statute that says how far it has to be. Technically, I think on a 30-mile-an-hour road, you have to have 45 to 50 feet of view corridor before, when you're at a stop, sitting in a driver's seat, looking down that way. So there's conditions to it. I explained that to them. But when people submit those complaints, they don't tell us who that is. It could be a sheriff, it could be an EMS, it could be a bus driver, it could be a resident. We have no idea. All I know is that when the complaint goes to Sedgwick County then will figure out whose problem is it. Is it theirs or someone else's? In this case, it was someone else's, it's ours. And so when that happens, and I get the complaint, our choice is we can come solve the problem, or the county will come in and solve it their way and charge us for it. So currently, Richfield and Bel Air, the guys were out trimming the trees back from the ditch. The homeowner there was not happy about it, so I went out and talked to her about it. The guys were on their game because they had the county come out and mark the property.
Like what needed to be cleared?
The tree branches grew to the road so far, you couldn't see oncoming traffic when you were at the stop sign.
So how did they mark that?
The property?
Easement.
Yeah.
Oh, they easement.
They go from the middle of the road over
So many feet.
so far.
Mark it,
30
and then
feet.
trim the limbs anywhere in the easement.
Okay.
Yeah, and all the trees that were in question, every single one of them are in the easement. So if the county comes out, the county would just come in and mow them all down at the ground and chop all the trees down. They wouldn't trim them back, they just cut them down.
So
So-
the trees themselves in the easement?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
If you go down there and look, the flat, there's stakes in there.
Yeah.
Right.
The easement is 30 feet from the center of the road. So yeah, those are all blown to Minnehaha. So we trimmed the trees back to a reasonable distance. And she was fine with that when I explained to her the situation. Because the county theoretically could come in and cut them all down, and then they'll back charge us for it. And I would have no control over what they did. So, but I say all that because that is going to go on in the entire township the rest of this year. We have several different places that there have been complaints of trees hanging down too low, hitting the tops of vehicles, as well as blocking the view. So it's going to happen. There's going to be changes, some more stuff in Sunswept. There'll be stuff in Overbrook. A couple other neighborhoods are gonna see it. I think 29th Street's gonna see a lot of it.
I've already seen it.
Has it already seen it? So they're already done with 29.
We're done.
So this will go on the rest of this year. And if anybody doesn't like it, that's great. I'll just have the county go out and do it in their way. And then it's just the way it is. I can't control what they do.
And it's pretty accurate on the Central County's website, when it says 30-30, you can about go in the middle, you can kind of guesstimate in the middle and come over, and that guy, he took his little wand and he was able to find about 8 inches underground.
Yep.
There's a pinch pipe. He goes, there's your property line right there.
Yep.
She goes, well, who put that there? He was there for 50 years.
It's been there since they marked the lots.
Yeah, a long time ago. I was like, he said, that's an old. Yeah.
So
So there are a lot of complaints in Overbrook?
no, there's not a lot of complaints. There's been some complaints that trees are hitting the tops of vehicles. The county and the busing
Going on
companies.
Sharon?
I don't know exactly where it's
Oh, we
at.
had one, yeah, okay.
But I mean,
They're all over.
it's all over. So basically, there's a canopy height we have to maintain. So we're gonna have to go in and trim that canopy up. And if we don't do it, the county will go and take them off at the tree itself. So they'll take the whole branch off.
It's funny, Chris, the one up on 29th Street, It's 6 feet past the line.
The tree is?
6, 8 feet. Yeah, we could go
Yeah,
in
one
8
corner.
feet and clear everything out.
Yeah, because we messed up her old fence, probably an 80-year-old fence line, and when they evaluated, the stake was about 8 feet further into
Gotcha.
there. You know, we fixed it. You know, not a big deal to fix it, but we had to let her know. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
just want to let you know
Their son has emailed the website.
Yeah.
I have forwarded on to Mark, but that was right before Mark left for France. So I don't know what he saw.
Mark got with me, I went and got with her. She was okay last I heard.
Right.
Okay, I hadn't.
Yeah, she's not,
I don't know any county business other than what happens in this meeting.
she was
so.
real nice.
She's lucky because her side's 30 feet, the other side's 50 feet. And then the guys told us all this new farm area that's getting bought out for, you know, these new homes and
Mhm.
everything goes, they're taking 80 feet.
They're going to 80 feet.
So that way they don't have to buy it out in the future.
Yeah.
If they need to bury something, they don't have to worry about it. Because they know builders, they're gonna build it right up to that edge.
Yes. Well, and there's a plat that I've seen in the planning department for a while for 29th Street and 159th Street. That's our
That one, yeah.
our corner,
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
southwest corner.
Go back further.
That's completely platted out for residential.
You heard where your quick trip's going, didn't you?
Yeah.
Way down in Andover.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, the quick trip at 143rd in Kellogg is going to move to Andover, where that new development's going, that high rise across from Dillon's. It's going to go over there.
In the sky law.
Sure, if that's what it's called. It's up there.
That's weird.
When is that gonna happen, do you know?
They've already signed the contracts. I don't think Quick Trip will move until they're absolutely forced to, and construction on Kellogg won't start till January 25. So they're going to probably stay there and earn every last dollar they can, and before they have to close.
That's just for the Kellogg expansion, that's why it's moving.
Yep. The new Kellogg overpass expressway will go right over the top of the Quick Trip because it all shifts north.
Gotcha.
Basically,
So your trees are fine?
I think so, because the eastbound Kellogg that's there now is roughly, I mean, just from their generic maps, it's roughly where the frontage road will be. So basically, eastbound Kellogg now will be the future frontage road of the overpass. So
Is that rock place I have to move?
probably everybody that has a business along there has known for the last almost nearly 10 years that was coming, that was going to come.
I thought that Quick Trip had built back far enough that they'd be okay, but no.
No, not even close.
Well, it depended on what they were gonna do, but it sounds like they saved your tree line.
Yeah, they don't have final design created yet, but they do have, there's been enough conversation that we got out of design build, and now they're gonna design it, then bid it, then build it, which means there's plenty of time for us to discuss that design and make sure everything is agreeable. So, I think we're gonna be fine. But things can change.
Yeah.
They always do.
So you're gonna do an over or under?
At 143rd, it's over. At 159th, it's over. So basically, 143rd intersection will look exactly like what Greenwich and Kellogg looks like today.
That'd be nice for you guys, it'd be quieter. With everything up higher, I guess, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess the tree line kind of blocks the noise. but-
We'll see.
Quieter, it was lower.
Sound always travels up.
Right.
So, I mean, potentially, yes, it could very well be quieter, maybe. Just depends on the design they go with. Different designs do different things. So, but anybody else? Are you just following up, making sure that you're still on our agenda?
No, it was the trees. She's like, make sure they know we talked. And I said, well, did we submit a project? And so most
Go
of it's
ahead.
just to figure out the exact process to follow.
Just go ahead and go onto the website and submit a project through the contact, and just say, I mean, give your address. We just had somebody call or submit a thing in the comments about something, and they gave an email address that wasn't active, wasn't valid, didn't give us a phone number. So I have no idea who these people are and I can't follow up with them. So
You guys
So-
got too many trees for us to try to trim.
I think she said that she had walked with somebody and it was just
Yeah,
way
I
too
know.
much. It was, okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
so-
Now we need a full-blown project for next year.
Well, yeah, I mean, because we're probably talking about $30,000 plus with the amount of trees. But Mark's got all the details, and I didn't get them from him before he left. So just submit it. What you're wanting done, roughly the area that you want it done, and I'll call Tree Guy to go out and give me an estimate,
Okay. Perfect. We'll do
and then we'll add it to the list. So, anything for you, or you just checking in with us today?
Checking in, but I'm glad to see I might be able to do something still.
Yeah, I've made a point. I've made a point. It's always October. I'll pull the list. I'll compile the list all year. In October, I'll pull it and start evaluating, and then start running the numbers and seeing what the board agrees to that we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, what's the best bang for the buck. I mean, this year we ran into some problems. Our road projects, the budgets we got in October, is what we banked everything on. We, just like everybody else, suffered the 35% increase that everybody else did on materials, and it's put our budget extremely tight to the end of this year. So we gotta have a contingency for that for next year. So, anything else? Any questions, concerns, comments?
Can we extradite Mark?
No, probably not.
Bill, I want you to know you caused that problem down by your house.
I know. I'm the one that complained about the safety issue, so
Oh,
What's happening?
now it's on that one.
it's okay.
Like I said, I don't know. They don't. The county does not tell me. They will not tell me who complains. All I know is there's a complaint, and if it's not the county's problem, they make it my problem.
Yeah, a
So
lot
at least in
of
Minnehaha they
trees
do.
They're literally touching the road.
That road down there, that's not a street,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still not a street.
well,
It's not a road either. It's an alley.
you gotta-
There are very significant differences.
Is that what we're calling
It's-
it?
It is. You call it an alley. You do not call it a road. It is not a road. It's not a through road. It has a sign on one end. It is an
Almost like a
alley.
street.
It's a dead end alley.
and people that just bought that place down there are starting to use it all the time.
I'm sure they are. I didn't realize the one guy that wanted to make it a road is now gone.
Yeah, he sold it out. Now the people that moved there, they got a lot of vehicles. And
Yeah,
because I was parked there when the Sedgwick County
They-
guy was out.
If
And Larry was
I don't-
literally just sitting there waiting for me to move.
I don't mind.
Well, that's
I don't mind if neighbors want to use it, they can use it all they want, but we will not maintain it. It's not a maintainable road. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I want it to grow with grass. That's why we're not adding anything else to it.
Is this
Yeah.
where the boats are?
Well, I think there was a boat down there when the guy complained about it. It's down south in Sunswept Highlands.
Oh, this is on Calder's what I'm thinking of.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, I
That's
see what you're
in
talking
my
about.
neighborhood.
Down in his neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah, because we use it as a spot, put a big trash can for a dump, trash day. And I go, what if we're doing, for whatever reason, rock or dirt work down there?
Well, when we
that's a
did,
good spot to dump dirt.
yeah, exactly. Well, that was
Yeah.
in Bel Air. That was where when we did Bel Air.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
where they
yeah.
dumped their gravel
Yeah.
for the sub base.
I decided going, I don't forget, I let them know that saying, hey guys, well, it might be one day y'all want to drive around your house because we might just block it off. Like I say, it's an alley.
Yeah.
If we need it for dumping material.
Yeah.
You say
Or
we
tree
can't,
limbs or
still
who knows.
ain't getting no money from the city for a Kincaid?
No, we're not.
Hmm.
They're totally ignoring it. So I mean, we're gonna have to figure it out on our own.
That's bullshit.
Strategy.
Yeah.
I even met with a couple county commissioners asking about that too, and
Oh, really?
And they said, it's on you.
We take an excavator. and
county
go
commissioners
trash.
kind of see it the same way I do.
Well, if we just take a
Um,
couple loads of gravel and dump
Oops.
it down there.
Let's
Do
just
it
say
that
that the infrastructure money that came in, the mayor already had it earmarked for certain projects. That's why there's no money for us to get from the infrastructure money. That's what I'm being told.
So he mentioned on 24th Street, now that it's all nice and pretty, that they're wanting to make it like an emergency go through.
Okay, yes, I was there. I was part of that meeting.
Year later, we just talked
So,
about that.
that project, so somebody in the city side, so for all of you that don't know, 24th Street starts at 143rd and heads east, and it is county for the first half mile. And then the next half mile is on the backside of that is a city development. That's actually Wichita City. Somebody in that development said that they wanted access through, and it was platted with access through to make 24th Street connected. The reason the access was cut off was because the 24th Street on our side was a gravel road. Well, now we paved that road, and so somebody goes, "Hey, well now you paved it, you need to open it." And they called the city, and they told the city it's a safety issue. Safety. The city goes, "I agree with you 100%." So I met with the city and I met with the county out there on site, and we walked through it. They're right. They called it an emergency issue. The fire trucks need another access. So we will leave the connectivity closed. The city and the county are going to work together on it. Minnehaha will supply the labor and the trucks to make it happen. We are putting an access road, a gravel access road, connecting the two with a fire gate that is locked 24/7. And if the fire department needs access to it, they told us it doesn't matter what lock you put on it, we will get through it. So that is what's going to happen. They're going to talk to the neighborhood, but the city and the county are going to make a deal, and we are going to be part of it to supply a dump truck and 2 guys to drive the dump truck. That's all we're going to haul material off. We're going to talk to Payne Township about dumping it, and we're going to haul material in from the county.
Interesting.
And it is probably not the solution the gentleman wanted, but but he called a safety issue, and the county and the city both agreed and called us in and said, "This is what we want to do. Will you help us?"
So it's 2 guys in the truck.
2 guys and a truck.
Why come we can't do that down there too?
Well, that's what I was getting at. Can you do the same thing for Kincaid?
The city will not talk to me about Kincaid.
And yet when we was down there, we got complained about. Well, a guy kept rolling up on us. Well, when's this road gonna be open? I said, there's 2 more streets you could go down. Revving his car up. We had it blocked up, but we basically took note that it was literally 99%. The whole time we was there, nobody from that street even left or came and anything.
Yeah,
The hours we were there, is everybody from that neighborhood just up and down,
They won't talk to me about it, which is interesting. I think there's more to it than that, but I mean, they won't talk to me about it.
Is there any future on Clark? Are they planning on trying to do the same thing, open up Clark Street when they build back? Because they're already building back further back in that neighborhood.
I don't know. We'd have to go look at the plat, see how they platted the neighborhood.
You could get through.
Yeah, they could do
Well,
that.
I mean,
make a
if
road
they
up
platted
there.
it that way, then it's a very good possibility. But if it wasn't originally platted that way, you have to go back through planning to get it open. So if that was in the original plans, then it's a definite maybe.
Say that whole neighborhood, no more kind of nice little private neighborhood. Yeah, it's gonna open up all those people, duplexes and everything back there that, it's just a highway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Port Kincaid is literally turned into a highway through there.
Yeah, I can have my conversations. It's all I can do. I don't have the luxury of an opinion some days.
Yeah, it's just kind of wrong.
So, anything else? All right. Well, thank you for coming, everybody. We'll see you next month.
Thank you.